That's why we need to practice the whole week.
Alright. So now I see who joined. Okay, Nihan also joined. Wonderful. So welcome back everybody. And let's look at what is the topic that we wanted to learn today. So I have sent a message in the group saying interpreting linear equations and dealing with y-intercept form of a linear equation. So we're going to talk about what is a linear equation and how do we interpret the y-intercept form of a linear equation. So before I jump into linear equation, a quick question to you all. What is your understanding of a linear equation? On the screen first. There are some new kids. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Yep. Anybody? Be it Hiranya, Rihan, Vasundhara, Nihan, Tanu, Dakshita, anybody? Tell me what is a linear equation? What is your understanding of linear equation in English terms, not here in the classroom? Or tell me if you don't know. That's okay. If you don't know, that is why I'm here, right? But not saying anything makes me more worried. Let me ask Vasundhara. Yep, Yanihan.
Linear equation, I was thinking like a straight line, like plotted on like a graph or something.
See that leaf?
Yeah, he went with you.
Oh, he went with you?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, alright.
So,
Yep. So here math class. Okay. Yeah.
Isn't it like a straight line plotted on like a graph?
Okay. Yep. Okay, that is one definition. Okay.
So I think of a linear equation like a variable, like something they don't give the number and you have to solve it out on like a graph.
Okay.
so when I think about linear equations, so I think about like when you saw it, we also have to put input in a graph. That's why you do the intercept or y equals mx plus c. If I'm not mistaken.
That's slow.
Oh no, not but the linear
Okay.
equation.
You guys are going way too far. And as I keep saying, I'm not as intelligent as you guys are. I always go with a very simple childlike approach. So that's what I'm trying to understand from you guys. What will be a definition of linear equation? So I got one definition saying it's something which plots a line. Okay. Vasundhara, Lakshita, Arihan. I want to hear from you guys also. Hiranya and Tanu as well. Who wants to go? Vasundhara? Yes, Vasundhara. Yeah, please go ahead. Little louder, but I cannot hear you. Okay, it plots a straight line. Okay. Hi Pranav. Are you okay now? I heard you were not well last week. Okay. All right. So I heard linear equation.
was V1.
That was V1. Okay. All right. So I was asking what is the definition of a linear equation? What is your understanding of a linear equation? So I got some definition. Lakshita, you want to say something, Buddha?
I agree that it's a linear equation form. A linear equation is when you plot a line on a graph.
Okay. 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 So see, this is the last class of the day. So I would certainly want to be happy, but then make sure that we keep learning. Okay. So when you dance, it gets me tempted to dance, but it is a math class, so I'll not dance. Okay. All right. So let's come back to the linear equation. Shh, everybody. When you say linear equation, it first thing that you see is line, and I get stuck there always. whenever I hear the word linear, I get stuck with the word line. I get glued to the word line. It tells me, okay, if I'm talking about linear equation, there's a line in it. And when I say line is never like this. It's a straight line. Okay? So a linear equation always has a very strong message saying it draws a line. Now look at this. It draws a line, and there's something called equation. What is an equation? Something that has an equal to sign.
An expression.
If I say 4x plus 3,
That's an expression.
that is me doing the class, only smiling all the time, not without doing any math. There is no outcome. If I keep on smiling for next 2 hours, you guys will learn nothing. There is no outcome. There is no takeaway,
That's the input.
and it equals nothing.
Lorna, you're happy.
So when it is just an expression, it's me smiling here all the time with both my hands folded. No outcome. When I put this equal to 15, I'm actually solving math. I'm not wasting your time. This is equation. You have an equal to sign. So now there are two parts to this English combination of words, linear and equation. There are 2 parts to it. One is it makes a line, and this is the form of an equation. That's what you have to keep in mind always. No deviation to that. A linear equation draws a straight line for you. And you guys will say, many of you would have learned this in the past also, and you will say that why do we have to learn this again? The answer to that is, interestingly, no matter how tired you are, how bored you are of me, this comes in your SAT exam also. So even the kids who are in 10th grade, they will have fun with linear equation as well. Yeah.
Are there some subjects that don't call the SAT?
Math, see, till 8th, 9th, whatever you guys learn, that becomes your base, and on the top of that, the syllabus for 9th, 10th and 11th is built. That becomes your core topic for SAT. But if you don't do your base right, meaning you're trying to construct a building without a base, you can imagine how soon it will fall. Alright. So linear equation, now since you guys are already tired and bored, with the 2 takeaways, one is it makes a straight line and it has an equation in it. Now, if you look at this equation, there is no question. Why are you trying to answer?
I can predict the future.
Okay. So if I look at this equation and this equation, both are equation. This has equal to sign. This also has equal to sign. Your teacher is still teaching, not only smiling. You have an outcome. So these both of them are equations. But which one is linear equation is what I want to know. But from the kids on the screen, because I see 2 hands being raised here. Just wait. I want to hear from them also. I'll come to you guys. So between the 2 equations, which one is linear equation? I want to know. Who can teach me? Except Azvik and Arav here. So Arihan, Hiranya, Sundara, Nihan, Lakshita and Tanu. Who can tell me which among the 2 is a linear equation and why? Any guess? So Pranav, Nihan, Lakshita, Sundara, Arihan, Tanu. Who can tell me which one is linear equation? Okay, are you guys still in that
Zone.
what do you call that zone for the break, the holidays, or you're kind of bored of this thing?
I think
Nobody is responding.
I think the second one is a linear equation.
Second one is a linear equation. Okay, I got one answer. Okay.
I think the first one's a linear equation because the second one.
No,
has-
just okay. No, so you told first one is for you. It's the first one. How about you?
First one because S
Oh no,
part 2.
bus, stop there. So I'm saying which one. So I got the answer that okay, first one is a linear equation. I got some answer saying second one is a linear equation. Let's see what Nihan has to say.
Where's the two chunks?
What's the second equation again?
X square plus 2x equal to y.
Okay.
Yeah, Tanu.
I think it's the second one.
Second one is a linear equation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Lakshita, Pranav, Hiranya, any thoughts? Vasundhara? Alihan?
So I said second.
Second one, okay. 4x plus 3y equal to 5 is the first one. X square plus 2x equal to y is the second one. And I got some answers saying second one is a linear equation, some saying first one is a linear equation. Now, as a teacher, as an old man, I'm very confused. Yes, Nihan?
I think the first one is a linear equation.
Okay, now I'm more confused because I'm getting mixed opinions. Yes, Pranav?
Can I change your answer to the first one?
You are saying first one, okay?
Yes.
So, I don't believe in things which is told by people because that's what is math all about. Vasundhara, Hiranya, do you want to argue on this one? I want to hear your opinion as well. Which one you think? Hiranya, Vasundhara, Lakshita. Yep, go ahead, Vasundhara. Second one is linear equation. Okay. How about you, Lakshita?
I think it's the second one that's linear.
Second one is linear equation. How about you, Hiranya?
I think the second one is a linear equation.
Okay, I want everybody to turn on their videos now so that we can have fun. Okay? I'm assuming you guys are okay doing that, okay? And so, okay. Now, let's have fun. Math is all about not assuming anything. Arihan, you have a different opinion? Which one is your pick? Let's play it.
I like playing the game.
I'm going for second one.
Second one, wonderful. We'll have fun. So that's what I'm saying. Turn on your videos. We'll make eye contact and we'll argue. Let's look at it. First equation is 4x plus 3y equal to 5. Second equation is x squared plus 2x plus equal to y. Okay. Now, when I look at this equation, any equation in the world, what does it mean? Equation is a contract, is an agreement. Here, x and y have agreed that 4 times my value plus 3 times your value, when you add it, will become 5. Okay? This is a deal. Okay? It's a contract. X and y have agreed that okay, 4 times my value plus 3 times your value will be equal to 5. Now, if x increases, y will decrease. If y decreases, x will increase. Yeah? That is the deal, okay? Any equation for that matter. If you look at this equation, here's the deal. It says x squared, meaning x into x plus 2 times x value will be equal to y. Okay? This is like a deal. They have agreed. Okay? It's a contract. Right? Like you guys have done a contract with me. Right? That every day 5 to 6 p.m. on not every day. Every Saturday and Sunday 5 to 6 p.m. you guys are going to spend 1 hour with me. And my contract is, okay, I will make sure that I teach you guys something. Something meaningful. Yeah? So that's a contract. So likewise, any equation, be it this kind of equation, this equation, or any form of the equation, is nothing but a deal. It's an agreement between the variables. No confusion there, right? Meaning, if x increases, y will increase. If x decreases, here y will decrease. Here, if x increases, y value will change. Let's see what happens, okay? Now, if I have an equation, let's find out x and y values and see what happens. Now, if I pick x equal to 0, what is the value of y here?
Like 1.1.
Okay. Don't complicate it. Keep it simple. If x equal to 0, y will be 5 by 3.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay.
Everybody with me?
Yeah.
If x equal to 1, what will be the value of y? It becomes 4 into 1. 4 plus 3y equal to 5, or 3y equal to 5 minus 4, or 3y equal to 1, y equal to 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Okay? Fine. We got two values. Now let's say what happens if x equal to 2. X equal to 2, this becomes 4 into 2, but that is 8. 8 plus 3y equal to 5, or 3y equal to 5 minus 8, which will be minus 3, y will be minus 1. Okay? We got three points. So let's stick with 3, okay? We'll not go beyond that. Okay? Now let's go to this guy. Here also it's a contract. Let's see what is the value of x and y. Meaning, how does value of y change for every value of x? When I say x equal to 0, what happens here? This is 0, this is also 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. When x equal to 1, this becomes 1 squared plus 2 into 1. So this becomes 1 plus 2, 3. When x equal to 2, this becomes 2 squared plus 2 into 2, 4. So 4 plus 4, 8. Okay? Now, let's see the fun. Here, this is my coordinate plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1, minus 2. I have all positive values. I don't have to worry about this. 1, 2, 3. Here, this case, and here also, y value is going to 8. So 1, 2, 3. Let's say 3, 6, 9. Okay? I'm going to do a big disclosure now. Let's see. When I'm picking up this one, 0 and 5.3. So when x is 0, y is 5.3. 5 by 3. 5 by 3 is little less than 2, right? 5 by 3. 6 by 3 is 2. So little less than 2, somewhere here. Okay? Now, when x is 1, y is 1 by 3. So when x is 1, y is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 will be somewhere here. 1/3 of 1. Right? Here. When x is 2, y is minus 1. So when x is 2, y is minus 1. This is minus 1. So it's somewhere here. If I join these three. Okay. Stop dancing, stop dancing. Dance class has not started yet. Now let's go to this one. So this is looking like a straight line. So whoever said this is a straight linear equation, this is making a line. This is looking like a line, okay? I mean, my drawing skills are a little questionable, but looks like a line, right?
Yeah.
Hiranya, okay? Alright. Now let's go to this guy. When x is 0, y is 0. So this is my 1 point. When x is 1, y is 3. When x is 1, y is 3. Okay? When x is 2, y is 8. When x is 2, y is 8. Now, this doesn't seem to be looking like a line. Let me do one thing. Let me pick another point. Let's say minus 1. What happens? When I put x equal to minus 1, this becomes 1 square. Minus 1 square is 1 plus 2 into minus 1. So this is 1 minus 2 equal to y. Y equal to minus 1. So when x is 1, y is minus 1. Sorry, when x is minus 1, y is also minus 1. Sorry. When x is minus 1, y is also minus 1.
Don't add the 1 on that.
I'm sorry?
You added a dot on the x-axis. Underneath 3. Like a
This one, that is, I'm just,
Not that dot, the other dot.
this one, this dot, oh, that was just a mistake. This is the dot. Now if you join this, when you try doing it,
It becomes a parabola.
so it is not a straight line. It's a parabola, hyperbola, superbola. I don't care.
Curve.
It's not a straight line.
Can I tell that explanation why?
No,
No.
hold it there. Let the teacher do his job.
Let him
Okay.
be happy
All right.
for once.
Now, so one thing that we are seeing here is this guy doesn't seem to be a straight line. Okay. And if you want to reaffirm that, you put another point. More the merrier, right? -2. This becomes -2 squared. So if you put x equal to -2, this becomes -2 squared, which is 4, plus 2 into -2 equal to y. This will be 4 plus 2 into -2 is -4. This became a 0.
4 plus.
Yeah. X squared -2 squared. Yeah. This became this. This is another point. So basically, sorry. Minus when x is -2, y became 0. So when x is -2, y became 0. So this is coming back. Now this is certainly not a straight line. Do you guys agree or you don't?
It looks like a U.
That looks like
It looks like a U. I mean, U as in not that U when you don't like something. Not
That
that
was
U.
The
Okay?
alphabet U.
This is alphabet U. Okay? So, now what you are seeing here is when you had this situation, it was making a straight line. When you had this situation, it was making something like this.
Wow.
Yep.
I
So, Ritika,
I just want my friend RJ.
Hi, sir.
nobody's friend when we are in the class. There's only student and teacher. No friend. Okay? Or if he wants to be your friend, he can come to the classroom and pay me every month. Okay? That's fine. Okay, coming back to the serious point. So Ritika, today we are talking about the linear equations, and we just started with the basic concept of how do you derive or arrive at a conclusion that something is a linear equation or not. Right? So we started with the word linear and equation. What I was saying was, whenever I hear the word linear equation, my brain gets stuck here. That it is going to be a line. So I have given two examples. 4x plus 3y equal to 5 and x squared plus 2x equal to y. These two equations, and I have asked the kids which one is a linear equation. And I got mixed opinions. Some kids said this is a linear equation, some kids said this is a linear equation. So without assuming anything, what we did was, we created the table for x and y values and we plotted that. And as soon as we did that, we found that in case of this, it is plotting something like a U. And in case of this, it is plotting a straight line. So now, as a group of teachers and students, we are coming to a point that, or coming to a conclusion that this is a linear equation, this is not. Yeah? So Ritika, is this part clear so far with respect to whatever I narrated just now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Now Nihan, you had raised your hand. Tell me what is that?
Isn't it also like mattering on like the square?
So
Like-
see, I don't jump to conclusion, right? I have given you guys enough evidence that you don't have to trust me for my words. You have to trust me for what we are doing on the board. Now, if tomorrow somebody says you have complete information with you to make a conclusion that okay, this kind of a thing is a linear equation, this kind of thing is not. Now let's try deriving interpretation from that. So what we saw was, there was a difference. Let me write the equations side by side. As you can see on this side, 4x plus 3y equal to 5, x squared plus 2x equal to y. So there are two variables here, x and y. In this case also you have two variables x and y. What is the difference you see here? What is the main difference you see here? In case of y, maximum power is 1. Here also maximum power is 1. Out of here. Advik here. In case of x, you are seeing two differences. One is this x has only one term with x and maximum power is 1. Here you have two terms with maximum power is 2. Even if you don't have two terms, but you have maximum power is 2. So that is one striking difference between the two equations that we are seeing. This one has maximum power as 1 and this one has maximum power as 2. Now, just to reaffirm that, if I pick up another equation, so what we are trying to conclude is, if my maximum power to the variable is 1, that sounds like a linear equation. If my maximum power is more than 1, that is not drawing a straight line for us. And that is very simple and visible, right? If I say y equal to x square, just x square, or 3x square, what you are seeing is x is increasing much faster. This doesn't look like a predictable growth. It's a much faster growth. Look at this. When I say x equal to 0, both are 0. When x becomes 1, it becomes 3 into x square. No, x equals to 1 is 3. When x is 2, this becomes 3 into 2 square. 2 square is 4 into 3, 12. When x is 3, y becomes x square. 3 square into 3, 27. So look at how rapidly y is increasing. Here x is increasing by 1 unit and this guy is getting multiplied by 3 and even more. Yeah?
What if there's 2 squared? Like 2 numbers that are squared.
Linear.
Anyway, that it is more than 1, right? That is why we are stopping.
Okay.
Okay? So what you are seeing is the growth of y is much more faster or exponential. See, you have an exponent here, right? So growth of y is much faster than growth of x because you have an exponent on the power on the x. So if you take another example, just to reaffirm this, let's say I will pick up very simple equation, x plus y equal to 3 and y equal to x square. Here, just to reaffirm this, here maximum power to x and y, Arav and Advik, please pay attention here, no parallel terms. X and y both have power 1. Here, the maximum power to x is 2. We'll take the simple example. If you look at this guy, let's put 2 points here because this looks like a straight line, or maybe we'll pick 3 points and see what happens. X, y. When x is 0, y is 3. When x is 1, y is 2. When x is 2, y is 1. Now in this case, what happens? We'll probably pick 3-4 points because this is a suspect for a quadratic equation, right? I mean, for a parabola or something which is not linear in nature. So when x is 0, this becomes 0. When x is 1, it becomes 1. When x is 2, it becomes 4. When x is 3, it becomes 9. When x is minus 1, it becomes 1. It's minus 2, it becomes 4. Now plot this one. First one, 0, 3. So this is 1 point. 1, 2. When it is 1, it is 2 coming here. When 2, it's 1. It comes here. This looks to be a straight line. Here, it is not supposed to be a straight line based on whatever we have seen. So just plot this one here. Or in the same graph also if you plot it. When 0, 0, this is x plus y equal to 3. And this is, when x is 0, y is 0. So this is 1 point. When x is 1, y is 1. This is second point. When x is 2, y is 4. When x is 2, y is 4 here. When x is 3 is 9. It goes very far. Now when x is minus 1, it is 1. It is here. Minus 2, minus 4 here. So this one looks like, this is not a straight line by any definition, okay?
It's you. I meant the line.
Calm down, take deep breath whenever you get distracted. Deep breath, you'll be back. Now, so now this one we have seen enough. And if I do it one more time, you guys will say thank you sir, see you tomorrow. Right? Because you have seen it enough. You guys are convinced that whenever I have a linear equation, or whenever I have an equation which has maximum power 1, that forms a straight line like we saw here. Whenever I have a power more than 1, that doesn't form a straight line. I'm not wanting to take you guys to parabola and talk about parabola right now. I'm saying that it is just not forming a straight line. By no definition, by no effort, no attempt, I can say this is a straight line. It is not a straight line by any definition. So, y equal to x squared. So, if I ever have any equation where one of the variable has power more than 1, that is not going to be a linear equation. So, now for all possible reasons, we will believe and agree to the point that any equation which has maximum power as 1 to the variables, if I am saying 3x plus 2y equal to 18, both the variables have maximum power 1, so this is a linear equation. No disconnect, no disagreement, no argument, no confusion. Did I say it right, or somebody wants to contest that statement? Anybody? Nihan, Arihan, Hiranya, Ritika, Lakshita, anybody having tiniest of the doubt
No.
or disagreement with respect to what I said?
Of this.
No doubt. Tanu, are you with me, beta? Yeah?
Yes, sir, I'm with you, sir.
Okay. Yep.
In linear equations, aren't we also supposed to solve it?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. We have just started talking about it, right?
Wait, and
Okay, can we stop any parallel discussion for no reason?
No, I have a question. And are we gonna work on the 1/2 with the substitution, or just one variable?
Okay. As I said, and I'll say it one more time, I'm not a very intelligent person. I go very slow. Okay? Go and tell the whole world that I have got a very, less intelligent teacher to deal with. He doesn't understand things very fast. He goes very slow. And that's
Okay,
okay.
I'll tell my dad.
Huh?
I'll tell my dad.
Yes, please. Tell that I got a very, less intelligent teacher to deal with.
Dumb?
Dumb, probably that could be. I'll take it. It's okay. You can go and tell that, okay, I've got a very dumb teacher. That's fine.
Are you dumb when you're teaching us?
Okay. Anyways, that's not a very important discussion. I'll take it the way it comes. That's perfectly fine with me. Now, and trust me, if I'm being dumb, I will make sure that I assume everybody to be going very slow. So I will not say anything complicated. I'll make it easy for you guys, right? Because I'm the benchmark right now. I'm dumb. I'll make sure that I assume everybody to be a child and explain in the simplest possible way. So let's come back to this. So now we have come to a point where we'll say that any equation, if I have the maximum power to the variable as 1, is a linear equation. Okay? No disagreement, no argument, no discomfort saying so or agreeing to this. Now, if I say y equal to 2, is this a linear equation?
No.
A question to everybody. If I say y equal to 2, is this a linear equation?
No.
I heard one no. Let's see who all gets influenced by that statement. Yeah.
No, I mean, yes.
Pranav says yes, this is a linear equation. What about you, Nihan?
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking. How about you, Ritika? Do you think it's a linear equation?
I'm still thinking too on that.
Lochita, what is your opinion, beta?
I'm still working.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody wakes up each and every neuron in your brain to give me an
They should
answer.
have like a spinner and they should click.
Yep. Yeah, Nihan, go ahead.
I think yes.
Okay. I heard a yes. I have heard one yes and one no.
2 years.
2 yeses. Okay. Okay. Yes. So Myra, that's a question for you also. I know you joined almost towards the end of the class.
What?
Saucy.
Yeah, Tanu.
I also think yes.
You think yes? Okay. So Myra, the question for you is, this is a linear equation that you guys have seen before, and I just explained that one more time in the class. I have a very interesting question for everybody. That if I say x plus 3y equal to 18 is a linear equation because maximum power to the variable is 1. That's why it is a linear equation, and we saw how it draws a straight line. Now my question to everybody is, if I have y equal to 2 or x equal to minus 3, are these linear equations or not? I have got some confirmed answers saying yes, but others are still thinking.
I think yes.
You think yes? Okay. Whoever is saying yes or no, I will come back to you to pick your brain and to understand why.
Stop giving me.
So, could you?
I will come to you to pick your brain. There's a will. Okay.
I think it's a yes.
It's a yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard enough yes. Shh. Advik, I heard few yes. Few as in good enough number of yes. Vasundhara, do you have a different opinion, beta? Yeah, Lochita.
I think yes too.
You think yes? So let me make life simpler and easier for you. Like I said, I'm a dumb teacher, right? So I will not give any complicated statement, and I will always stick to what I say. So I said that based on whatever we saw, any equation will be called a linear equation if the maximum power to the variable or variables is 1. That will be a linear equation. So I will stick to what I said. Any equation where the maximum power to the variables or variable is 1 is a linear equation. So this is the only variable that we are dealing with in this equation, and the maximum power is 1. So it has all the reasons for being called a linear equation. So is the case with this guy. X equal to minus 3. This is the only variable that we have, and my maximum power is 1. So this is a linear equation. Now you'll say, okay, it's a linear equation, so it has to plot a line. How? I know. So I also know. Let me do it. This is x equal to minus 3 and y equal to 2. I was asking you guys whether these are linear equations or not. Now x equal to minus 3. If this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. X equal to minus 3. Which line will have that value as x equal to minus 3? Any point on this line. This is the line equation. Y equal to 2. Same thing, 1, 2. This is your y equal to 2 line. Yeah? So this is y equal to 2. If somebody says draw a line y equal to minus 3. 1, 2, 3. This is minus 3. So a horizontal line. This is y equal to minus 3. Okay? So what you are seeing here is that the theory that we have kind of agreed to holds true regardless whether you have one variable or two variables. And the only and the most important takeaway for us is that any equation where the maximum power to the variable is 1 or maximum power to the variables is 1 is a linear equation. Up to this point, anybody is scratching their head or want to scratch my head, tell me. Everybody clear? So, you guys have to bear with my dad jokes, but yeah.
I was actually thinking, like, when you said, like, yes, I thought it was, like, going to be, like x is 1, y is 2, x is 2, y is 4. That's what I thought.
No. So there's no question is a bad question. There could be a bad timing for the question. That's where I stop you guys. But yeah. Now, we have seen linear equation. Now what we want to do is, we want to generalize this. We saw y equal to 2x plus y, 2x plus 3. We saw y equal to 3. Whatever equations we saw. What we want to do is, we want to put a standard form to these equations, which will say ax plus by plus c equal to 0. We are saying that every linear equation can be written in this form, where a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c is a constant. So this becomes a standard form of a linear equation. Now the equation, let's say if you look at this equation, y equal to 2x plus 3, y equal to 2x plus 3. What we have to do is get everything on one side of the equal to sign. So if we get y, get this to this side, becomes minus 2x, and this comes this side, becomes minus 3 equals 0. So this equation also converted into this form. Now, or you can rewrite it, okay, minus x thing comes first, then the y thing, and then the constant thing. Now, what is your a? Minus 2. This one. What is your b? 1. What is your c? Minus 3. Yeah?
What's a coefficient?
Coefficient is something that is getting multiplied by something.
So ax.
So if you are looking at ax, this is a variable and this is the coefficient or the constant that is multiplied with the variable.
Oh, so like negative 3x is negative 3 the coefficient.
My negative 3 and negative 3x, yeah. If it's a negative 3x, negative 3 is a coefficient of x. It's a multiplier, I mean, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so what did we do? So what did we do just now? We saw that, okay, if I have an equation which I am qualifying as a linear equation, that can be written in a form such that the maximum power to the variable is 1. Now we are trying to generalize that and say, okay, fine. Can I have a standard form of the linear equation, whether y equal to 2 or 3x plus 2y equal to 9? Everything, these are like scattered, very ad hoc way of doing it. So can we have a standard form? And this is the standard form that was I did. Say, okay, fine. Now ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is your standard form of a linear equation. Now you can write or rewrite every linear equation in this form. Let's say y equal to 2. If you are talking about y equal to 2, that is also a form of a linear equation. Can I write it this way? Yes, I can. I will say 0 into x plus 1 into y minus 2 equal to 0. So this, I had y equal to 2, right? So I can write this as y minus 2 equal to 0, and that is what I am putting here. So x component is 0, meaning my coefficient to the x is 0. That's why there is no x. My coefficient to y is 1 because there is only 1 here. And what is my c? That is minus 2. So I can relate every linear equation to the standard form and find out the corresponding value of a, b and c. Is it looking okay, digestible, or
It's very digestible.
digestible?
Dining one.
So no indigestion, no food poisoning with whatever we have done so far.
Looks like pakora.
Yo, shut up. Obese kid.
Okay, so that's a question for all the kids on the screen. I'm saying whatever we have learned so far, are we able to digest that and make sure that it doesn't lead to any indigestion or food poisoning? with respect to math concepts. Yeah? Alright.
Okay, so all those terms that I use sometimes, right? That is, I just try relating that with what we see every day, right?
See, the thing is, if you learn something and which you're not able to kind of correlate or agree to that, it is like your brain is not able to absorb that and process it. And if you don't understand it, guys, not acceptable. Arav, you have to stay little away.
Stay in that corner.
Okay.
Can I sit in the chair?
Yes, please. As long as that makes it productive. Okay. So what I'm saying is, whatever we learn, we should be able to understand and be able to follow it. Then that will last longer with you guys. So if there's something that I tell you and you're not able to appreciate or comprehend that, stop me and say, sir, can you explain it one more time? And that's perfectly fine. Rather than assuming that this is fine and then you end up struggling with that. Where did Arihan go? Okay.
Now, so we saw that, okay, fine, if I have an equation like this, it's a linear equation. Arav,
I should not be required to tell the same thing again and again to somebody who is in middle school. Yeah? Alright. So this is something that is called a linear equation because we see that the maximum power to the variable is 1. So this qualifies for being called a linear equation.
then we saw that every linear equation we can write in this form, which is called standard form, ax plus by plus c.
Now you will tell me why we have to deal with x and y both. Because when you're talking about a linear equation, you are drawing a line. And when you're drawing a line, you have to take x-axis and y-axis both into account. Since you have x and y-axis both taken into account,
Every point on the coordinate plane has x and y coordinates. That is why you cannot do away with any of the two.
you cannot imagine a linear equation without a coordinate plane. That is why you need x and y both. Yes.
You made a perfect line.
Thank you. So what I'm trying to say is, that is why x and y both are coming into picture. Now let's go to the next step. If you have a line,
If you are drawing a line like this versus this versus this versus this versus this,
what is the difference between these lines that you see on the board? Yeah,
They're going in different directions.
they're going in different directions. Okay.
Same what he says.
Okay. Okay. On the screen, what is the difference that you see between the clutter of lines that you see on the board right now? Hiranya. Yep. Yeah, Ritika.
Like some, they're all like in different direction, and like none of them are like overlapping. They kind of over. Some of them are like overlapping. They all intersect.
Right. Okay.
so I'm saying between these lines, even if I imagine that these lines are not
Related to each other, but you are seeing that they are in different directions. Now, let me make your life a little more difficult. Okay.
yours is not Ritika's life, everybody's life, including mine.
So,
Now let's look at these two lines, or let's look at these two lines.
now what would be your observation with this one?
Those two lines are parallel to each other.
These are parallel to each other.
No, like those two lines are going.
Don't rush. Don't rush.
I have made your life little easier by taking t out of the equation. I always say ran. T is gone. Read, analyze and answer.
Then do it. Don't rush.
Both of those lines have like one point that are the same and they're intersecting.
Okay, they are intersecting at one point. What are the observations you guys are making? Ritika, Lavchita, Nihan, Pranav, Mayra, Sundara, Thanu. Anybody? One observation is they are intersecting at one point. What else? Yes, Ritika, I'll come to you. Yeah, Ritika.
Okay, like they both like intersect at the y-axis as well. Cause like
They
they're
both
like,
are intersecting y-axis also. That's also another good observation. What else?
Only one of them is intersecting BX.
One of them is intersecting x-axis. You guys are relying too much on my drawing skills, which is pathetically horrible. So I used two adjectives, pathetic and horrible,
The
together.
other one was there's two lines.
Okay. Now let me give you guys the clue.
This one and this one have different slope.
Oh, what was
This one is more shallow, this is more steep. Agree or you don't?
Steep is perfect.
Yeah?
If I make this line, you see it even further steep. If I make this line, you see it more shallow.
So there are 2 points that you guys saw and told also. That you should look at any line. Okay, wait, Adrit.
All the games can start right after we finish the class, not in the classroom.
Okay.
So there are 2 points that we want to take away, and that is, if I look at any line, there are 2 parts to it. One is how shallow or steep it is, and where it is intersecting the y-axis. And that is what comes or now brings another concept or another form of a linear equation that is called y-intercept form.
And you would have heard an equation like this: y equal to mx plus c.
Slope form.
This is called slope intercept form.
This is the intercept. C is the point on the y-axis where it
Crosses the y-axis.
and m is the slope.
We will talk about that in the class tomorrow. We already almost time. But
So this one we saw as a
standard form. This is the second form that is called slope intercept form. Okay?
where m is the slope of the line, more the value of m, more steep it is, and then c is the nothing but the
Y-intercept.
meaning where it is meeting the y-axis.
And we'll see this. Okay? I'm not going to tell you guys anything in the air. We will see it mathematically before I ask you guys to even believe me. Now, the other thing is, when you look at a slope, okay, I want you guys to go out of this class with this takeaway. One is, this is a slope intercept form.
Where this is the slope and this is the intercept, meaning where it is touching the y-axis.
Now, what do you mean by slope? I don't have to ask the question.
No, I actually have a question.
Come. Okay.
Is the x like when it's like the x there when it intersects the x?
No. So this is the equation, okay?
Where this is the slope and this is the intercept.
We'll decode this, okay? We will break it open and look at each and every element of it. But what I'm saying is,
When you look at a slope, this is slope, this is slope, this is also slope, this is also slope
of the respective lines.
Now, what do you mean by slope? If you look at it carefully, here I am saying my slope is less, here my slope is more, here it is even more. What does it mean? Look at it carefully. For every increase of x, y is increasing very less. Here, for the same increase of x, your value of y is changing this much. If you look at this guy, for the small increase of x, y value is changing this much.
So when you say slope is more, what it means is the value of y is changing very fast.
This is more slope because if my x changed by 1, my y changed by this much. If you look at this guy, for one increase of x, y only changed by this much.
So when you say slope is more or less, what you're saying is what is the rate at which y is changing for every change of x. That is what is slope conceptually, and trust me, we will decode this in more detail in the class tomorrow. But I just wanted you guys to go with this understanding that okay, when you see a linear equation, what does it mean? What is the standard form of linear equation? What is the slope intercept form? And we will decode this in more detail in the class tomorrow. Is that okay? Are you guys clear with respect to whatever we have learned so far, or there are reasons to be concerned with your teacher? No? No concerns? Then I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you guys tomorrow, same time. Alright?
Thank you, sir.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, now it's dance class.